Inspiration to be found in the minister's measured approach to the budget. So says my next guest, Farzana Botha of Sanlam Savings. Government will spend over 6.6 trillion rand over the next 3 years. Over half of non-interest spending will go towards the social wage bill. For consumers, government is providing some tax relief, but excise duties or so-called sin taxes are going up. Farzana Botha says consumers should follow the budget's example in their own finances. She joins me now. Farzana, thank you so much for your time. Just quickly, give me your overall reaction when you say there's inspiration to be found. What do you mean?
Okay, so one of the themes that came through yesterday is that we're walking a tightrope, but he's definitely seeing some positivity that if we carry on and make these small steps, we're definitely going to reach the end goal. So the end goal is to reduce our debt and to increase the amount of money that we have in the budget in South Africa. And that's what consumers can take out from this as well. So government is trying to reduce their spending, have a sense of accountability, make sure that there's good management, and our consumers need to follow suit in that way. So that's where the positivity comes, where it shows how the small steps today can compound to a big difference tomorrow. I mean, we saw that for the first time that we actually have a little bit of stability in our debt ratio for the first time since 2015. And that's because of the small actions that compounded to stability, and this will also then lead to some kind of positive reduction in debt, and our consumers can follow suit in that way as well.
We're going to circle back to how the ordinary South African can take advantage of this in just a few minutes, but I want to ask if you feel that the ordinary South African will feel these measures in their pocket. We know that the personal tax income brackets have shifted. There's no increase in the RAF levies and fuel levies, but are they actually going to feel it in their pockets?
I don't think that you will feel it initially. Like the fact that there's no additional pressure that's being added based on the budget speech yesterday is a big positive. So the thing now is, what are the actions that we can take to start to materialize these benefits? So if you start to see small increases in your salary because of the tax threshold increase, or if you're not spending as much as you had budgeted for your travel expenses, then when you start to use that more efficiently, you'll get the benefit of some of these reliefs.
All right, so give us some pointers of how to make use of some of the relief that the minister has provided.
Okay, so well, we heard that he's increasing the tax threshold by inflation, right? 4.5% inflationary increase. So what that means is that we're getting a little bit of relief, and when we start to see a little bit of additional income, we should try and use that to reduce our debt, just as he's trying to do. And then when we free up a little bit of additional capital in our budget, we can use that in an interest-bearing account that at least gives us an inflationary return, and we can start to see some positive movement with our money. So one of the things would be for us to take this time to look at our finances the same way the minister had done with our South African budget. Look and analyze and see where are the opportunities for us to now start to skinny up the budget, use money more efficiently, and then how are we going to channel that money in an interest-bearing account to try and bring some money back into our budget as a result.
Is there anything else happening, Farzana, in our economy that we should be taking advantage of? For example, even though we've just seen interest rate hikes, they are still much lower than they were a few years ago. Things like that. Are there things that we could take advantage of to get a property, for example, or try and make other investments?
Okay, so interest rate hikes affects us in two ways. The negative is that our debt, when we're servicing debt, we're going to pay a little bit more. So the idea is that we want to try and reduce that debt as quickly as possible. And then what we'd rather want to do is be invested in interest-bearing accounts, because now that the interest rates are higher, your fixed interest rates that you're getting on certain investments will give you a higher rate of return than you would have gotten before. So there's the opportunity in what has happened recently for the consumer to leverage off that. So you want to service debt, so you're not paying higher premiums on your debt, but you actually want to take it and invest it in an account that is giving you a high rate of return on your interest.
All right, Farzana, thank you so much for your time. We appreciate it. Farzana Botha of Sanlam Savings joining